As a Japanese Pokemon collector, English is always a 50-50 for me. Of course, as I collect Pokemon and cards in general, I do enjoy opening packs. I do enjoy opening boxes. I enjoy opening product. It's fun. You never know what you're going to get, whether that's complete disappointment, as we all know with my ETBs. Glad I waited 7 months for this ETB. Wow. Or sometimes you can hit gold, like blister packs. Sometimes you can just hit incredible cards in there. But booster boxes, well, they are a whole thing. They are a whole ass thing. They are a massive buy. They are expensive. You get a lot of cards in there, and they are quite a commitment. Unlike the Japanese equivalent, which are smaller, cheaper, and you generally get much more consistent hits. And overall, those are the reasons why I've decided, at least for now, to stop buying English booster boxes. That doesn't mean that I've stopped buying English completely. I still love Pokemon, and sometimes English just does do it better, which I will go later and talk a little bit about. That isn't to say that, of course, if you buy English booster boxes that you should stop. Absolutely not. If you enjoy it and you love opening booster boxes, you know, keep doing that. These are my personal reasons of why I've decided to stop buying English booster boxes, basically. Big influence of why I've decided to stop is, of course, I collect Japanese Pokemon cards. And if I also then collect the English Pokemon variant, I'm doubling up. Why would I do that? I don't play the game. I don't need... Hello. Hello. Why can't I get in? Whoa. Whoa, this... Whoa. What the... Why are these so... Why are these so difficult? What? Oh, there. Whoa, what was that? I might have to get scissors out if the rest of this box is like that. What the heck? Anyway, as I was saying, I don't play the game, so I don't need to buy English product for my decks. Unlike Digimon, of course. With Digimon, I play the game. So therefore, I need to buy the boxes to get cards to put in my deck. There we go, that was easier. What the heck? So I am very happy just to buy Japanese Pokemon cards. I personally prefer how the silver border looks as well. This isn't a English versus Japanese look and feel, by the way. If you prefer the English versions, that's completely valid. This is not a versus. This is just my personal preference. I just prefer the Japanese cards. I feel like the Vs, you get more of like a definition in the back. I feel like they pop more, and like you get nice additions like the glint in the eye and stuff. I just don't think for English, especially when it comes to these cards and higher, that the textures are as good. And then because of that, why would I spend at a good price, right, a good price for an English booster box? All right, we're getting scissors. What the fuck is this? Cannot believe I have to use scissors for this. I never use it. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. What is this? Ugh. At a good price, an English booster box in the UK is about £120 versus a Japanese booster box for retail in Japan without taxes and import fees is about 30 quid. Hey, Duraludon VMAX, I was hoping I would hit you. Gotta love that VMAX texture. Touchy. Yeah, it's about 30 quid, right? In a Japanese booster box with most sets, you are guaranteed 4 Vs, around about 8 holos, 2 VMAXs, and a secret rare. And in English booster boxes, you are guaranteed nothing. You are guaranteed absolutely nothing. Now, that doesn't mean in an English booster box you can't hit, you know, quite a few hits. I think in the latest Fusion Art sets, there have been like these odd error boxes where people have been hitting like 10 secret rares, but that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to get, oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. I did not know that card was in this set. That is so pretty. Can I just appreciate that off for a second? Wow, that is a nice looking holographic. I have bought and opened English booster boxes where I get, you know, a single full art and a single secret rare, because a full art isn't like counted as a secret rare. So I get 1 full art and 1 secret rare after I've paid like 140 quid. And those are not even good secret rares or full arts. And that really hurts. That is really disappointing with the amount of money you've spent and you only get that. And It is part of the English gamba. Like, when you go through English, you are definitely taking a risk. And I just don't think that risk is worth it a lot of the time. Like, I don't have that type of money to burn when I really want to concentrate on my collection and get my collection how I want it. Those big booster boxes just do not pay off. I just do not think they pay off. And one of the big reasons is, of course, everyone knows that English booster boxes are just too bloated. They're too big. Unlike the Japanese equivalent, like this one is much smaller. There are still a lot of secret rares and full art, which I don't like. I don't like it when there are too many. But it's a consistent theme, right? It's got its thing. Like, you know what you're getting when you're opening one up. You are generally going to get most of the Vs and Vmaxes when you open up a single box. If you buy two, which by the way is still only about £60, which is still half the price of an English booster box. If I was going to get one at 120, I'm getting 8 Vs, 4 Vmaxes and 2 secret rares at least. So you see how, like, why I just feel English booster boxes are just way too pricey for what they are. You just don't get enough. And when you do hit some like nice gold cards or secret rares, oh, that's another nice looking holographic, you're probably not going to get the ones that you want, right? Because the set is so big. The number of secret rares and full arts that are just shoved and squished together in these sets, they're just too much in English. Why would I spend my money when I'm just not gonna hit what I want? It just doesn't seem logical to me to do that. It just, every time I've done it, I feel like I've wasted my money. That is a really cool art. Good old Kamiya. I absolutely adore that artist. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense at all. I don't collect English Master sets. So why would I buy a booster box? Because I'm not collecting these English Master sets, right? Because they're too big and it's just too much of a commitment. It's just way too much. So why would I buy a booster box where I'm probably only going to get a couple of like the big hits, right? That are not even guaranteed, because I've seen people open booster boxes with nothing. And then just a shitload of bulk. Just a ton of bulk where I'm not playing the game, so I don't need them in my decks. I've opened up boxes and I'm just had gotten a few cards that I want to keep and put in my binders, and then just like this pile of bulk, and I'm just like, so what now? What now? I have always ended up giving them away to either like charity shops or like younger cousins so they can have them. Whereas in Japanese sets, like, they're smaller, they're easier to collect and master sets. Like, if you hit the big card from the set, it's just, you know, it's going to be a much easier time to master set it by picking it up as singles, which is my next point, is where English singles are actually not that expensive. There are outliers, of course. There are some expensive cards. For example, the Rayquaza VMAX from the other half of this set in English, the alternate art, that is a pricey boy. But generally, like, for example, the Sylveon VMAX, which I've been debating buying as an English single, is about £70. I've seen it. Ah, a hot stinking pile of garbage, but ginormous. I wonder what those people are thinking. Is people like trapped in that plane? Can you hear their faint screams and cries for help as they're stuck to this pile of garbage? Do you think they're still alive? Yeah, that Sylveon is like 70 quid, the VMAX alternate art, whereas in the Japanese equivalent, it's much more expensive than that. I think it's like 200 to 300 pounds. So then it just makes sense for me to pick up the English Sylveon alternate art, because again, I don't hate the way the English looks. Like, I don't mind them. Just because I prefer the Japanese doesn't mean I dislike the English, and I would happily have those Eevee alternate arts of the evolutions that I love, but I don't want to buy a whole box or all of this expensive English product trying to chase it and just never get it, because the sets are so big and the odds of getting that Sylveon are they're just so small, when I could just pick it up guaranteed for that price rather than spending all of that money hunting through packs. However, you know, this doesn't mean that English is always worse when it comes to sets. The holiday sets for English have been very good. For example, the 25th anniversary set. To be honest, I think English did it better. They had those old, like, reprints, the vintage reprints in the set rather than as promos. I don't know why the Japanese did it as promos. That was just such a silly decision, because you can search the promos and I just don't think that was a good idea. Whereas the English having it in the actual set itself, I think that was much better and made the set much more fun to open. I do like the 25th anniversary set. You know, all of the holiday sets, Hidden Fates is a great set. I even really like Shiny Fates too. I think that's a good set as well. I just wish that the main sets were just as good. I mean, okay, the holiday sets do need to feel special, completely agree, but these English sets are just too big. Oh, not even. They're just too big. They're too big to buy. An old argument would have been that the Japanese quality is better as well, rather than the English, since English is plagued by centering issues, you know, print lines, and that they have a lot of problems with the cuts. However, in the latest Japanese sets, it seems like they are kind of following suit. The quality of like the actual cut seems to be good. It's just they seem to be absolutely plagued by print lines, which is not what you want to see on your secret rares, really. That is a bit of a blow when you get a really good secret rare and you can play checkerboards or chess on the card because there's just so many print lines on them. So those are, you know, the big main reasons why I'm no longer going to be buying English booster boxes. I'll still be buying my ETBs and probably blister packs as well, just to dip in and out of the set, you know, just for a little bit of luck, because I do enjoy opening packs. It's still such a fun thing to do. It's not nice, of course, when you spend a little bit of money and they're all duds, but then when you do get those good hits, it kind of makes it worth it, especially when you hit those really expensive cards that you really didn't want to put money towards and you get your chase. It's a great feeling, right? I've said it many times in this video. I just don't think the English booster boxes, with how pricey they are and just how much stuff you get in them and the guarantee for hits just not being there, just doesn't make it worth it to me. So in the future of this channel, I'll be opening up Japanese still. Like, I'll still be going for Japanese. Whether I'll open up every single set, Suicune, very nice. I am trying to be better at streamlining my collection and making sure that my collection is what I want it to be, rather than just throwing money at sets just because they're the newest thing. I don't think, for me, that's the right thing to do. I think I'm just wasting my money, to be honest, going into sets that I'm not going to master set. Like, there's not any big hits in there that I really enjoy, then what's the point of buying them? Right, I think our secret rare is in this pack. I don't know what it is. I think it might be a Pokemon full art, potentially. Yeah, I think it's a Pokemon full art. Yep. Lycanroc. Lycanroc full art with no print lines, at least. No, he's a good boy. He is a good boy. Sometimes, see, this does happen. You don't get your eye hands and you don't get the cards that you want. But I spent like £30 on this to get all of these cards rather than like 120. And then I get this and then like another card that I don't want, and that's it. The blow isn't really there. I do really wish that English would start being like the Japanese sets, more smaller and more easier to complete. I think it would make opening up English much more exciting, because then you're going in with the hopes of like completing a set rather than, I don't know, just going in and just being disappointed. It's such a shame too, because I should be wanting to collect English. Did I just hit 2 of these? Is this my second one? I swear I got 2 of these. I did. And I wish they were cheaper and more accessible as well. I think just how expensive they are is such gatekeep. It's just so gatekeepy. I think this is our last V in this pack. Oh, there we go. Duraludon. That is good. Now I have the V and the Vmax. Look at that angry tower. Look at him. He's so angry. Yeah, I honestly should be wanting to collect English. It's more readily available. I can actually read the cards. And heck, maybe it would make me want to play the game, you know? Just opening up Japanese cards just feels better. And collecting them just feels so much better. And we finish off on an angry monk to finish off this rant of a video. So this is actually quite a good spread to showcase kind of what you're going to get in a Japanese booster box. You know, this isn't any like big crazy hits in here, so this isn't skewed by like a really big alternate art hit. Yeah, so this is what you're looking at. If I was living in Japan and not having to pay for the import fees, blah 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 blah, I would go again. I would 100% just go again, and then I would most likely then get the Vs and the Vmaxes, hopefully the Vmaxes that I'm missing. It makes building decks as well much cheaper. If you get dupes, and you get dupes for the decks that you want, well then that's great. Okay, say I get 2 boxes. That's 2 secret rares, 4 Vmaxes and 8 Vs, right? And then 16 hollows. That's £60. So we go a third time. That is 90. So now you're starting to hit into English booster box price range, but still in the UK on launch, they're around 110, 120. And then I'm getting guaranteed 3 secret rares at least, because sometimes you can hit doubles. You're getting 6 Vmaxes, and then you're getting 12 Vs. So you can see how for cheaper, how much stuff more you're getting. It's not quite the correct comparison because the Japanese sets are smaller and therefore you're more likely to be hitting doubles. You're not exactly getting all of those new cards, whereas in English, you're not really probably going to be hitting double Vs in a single booster box. Yeah, the comparison is not quite right, but you can understand my point, how I think the prices are inflated, how you basically get too much, like, just bulk. Get too much bulk for a collector. I'm not talking about a player perspective, but for a collector versus something like Japan and how they do theirs. I just don't understand why English doesn't follow in a similar suit. I just don't understand it. The formula is there. It's not like they've not got any reference point. Maybe I guess it works. Just how it is at the moment is working. People are buying product. People are enjoying opening up the booster boxes in English and they're making money. And that's why they're not going to change. Maybe it's something to do with trying to keep up with the sets in Japan, the manufacturing. Maybe I'm spoiled by Digimon, how English was basically one for one copy the Japanese sets. And in a Digimon booster box, I never feel dissatisfied. I'm getting the cards that I need for my deck building, and I'm also getting really good cards I need for my collecting. I've never opened a Digimon booster box and been like, well, that was shit. That wasn't good. Where I have done that with Pokemon. But maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. But because of that, yeah, I'm just not going to buy anymore. So you're not going to be seeing me opening up English booster boxes on my channel. Doesn't mean I've stopped buying English. I will still buy English products, just not the whole ass booster boxes. It will save me money. In the long run, it's going to be better. I'm really hoping that in the future, English does something different. They shake it up and I'll come back and I'll put my money in and buy the boxes because the set is just so good, right? But for now, I think I'm just going to stick to my ETBs, my blisters and the holiday sets. Yeah, the holiday sets are still going to be excellent sets to open. Really, really fun. You get really nice promos in the boxes and you get, like shiny Pokemon or character rares. That's the stuff that I really enjoy.